Sounds good to me. And we have to welcome everybody to Intervision. We're getting started here in just a few minutes.
Oh my God.
It's running now? Yeah. Hi, everybody. This is the Godfather Soul James Brown. I tell you, this business is on. My man is on. Check him out. This is the Godfather Soul James Brown saying stay with it and hit it. Okay, thank you very much.
Well, thank you, James Brown, coming back from the dead to announce the show. We always appreciate him doing that. Right, Greta?
It's running now? Yeah. Hi, everybody. This is the Godfather Soul James Brown.
How dare you?
I guess he wanted to come in for another announcement. Well, it's just going to be you and I today. As Alan, he's stuck somewhere. I got to figure out. I'm not exactly sure where he's stuck, but he's stuck somewhere. And so I said, okay, if you can get back in time, do that. If you can't, then we'll just have to carry on. Matter of fact, let me see. I can remember. I'll put this in, and I'm going to find out again where he's at again, because he left a message. Where is he at? Now, well, anyway. Oh, well, okay. I can't find exactly where he's at, so it is what it is. He's out there somewhere, stuck somewhere, waiting on his Uber, which in Loveland, Colorado, I don't know how many Ubers there are out there, but there should be a few. Well, let's see. Let's get back. Let's see. Let me get to my document. Okay. And of course, I found this, I was looking for this certain person in the Old Testament, and it came up with this scripture from Joshua chapter 2, verse 6. Okay, so it says, she had taken them up to the roof and hidden them under the stalks, which that's like wood, like pieces of, well, like if you're cutting wood and stuff like that, flags that she had laid out on the roof. Okay, I thought that was so cool. So I guess Jill might have hidden those secret documents underneath those. Well, I don't know, in the garage where they keep the wood, maybe. No, they wouldn't keep wood. Would they keep that beautiful Corvette? Nah. So it was a report like Chinese connection to, no, Biden connection to Chinese money is under scrutiny, huh? So I'm saying, like, really, what took the deep state so long to figure this out? That, Hunter Biden getting paid all this money to sit on boards, and then supposedly Hunter Biden paying Joe Biden $50,000 a month to rent one of his homes in what was it, Baltimore or something like that. And I said, man, I mean, that is a good tenant, man. Tenants is going to pay me $50,000. Why not? I said, come on over, Hunter. And And that's enough that once he leaves, I can clean out all the residue of any crack or anything like, or any cocaine or any meth. Speaking of that, in Denver, Colorado, they have to close 3 libraries. One in Boulder. Let's see. I'm going to think where the other one was. I think one in Littleton, and somewhere else, and one in Englewood. And do you know why? Because the bathrooms was contaminated with meth drugs. And so these homeless people go in there and they use meth drugs, and therefore get the bathroom contaminated. Oh, if you just joined us, this is Innovation FM. My name is Johnny J. Usually Alan C is here. We were going to have our sports about 20 minutes towards the end of the show, but we are not going to have sports with Oscar Real Talk with Oscar sports show. So he'll maybe make it with us next week sometime. So that'll be kind of cool to have Oscar with us next week. So, hey, stay tuned for that. Hey, our sponsors for the show is Christian Brothers Moving Company, Itty Meaty Grants, and the Denver Venue Foundation. Yes, if I can remember that right. And we'll probably have a few more sponsors as time goes on. And we are also looking for salespeople. If you are a salesperson and you feel you could sell radio time or underwriting time for our station, we are definitely looking for you. So shoot us an email at info@InnovisionFM. That's info@InnovisionFM. And let us know, send us a resume and your qualifications, and we'll go from there. So anyway, I keep saying that word so, and I need to stop that. This week, we're going to have a special guest tomorrow, and Alan told me who the special guest was. You know what? See, call Alan Coven. Since I know he's stuck out there somewhere. Okay, come on, Alan. Answer your phone. I got his phone ringing, and I want to find out. Come on, Alan. You're out there somewhere. Well, wherever he is, maybe he doesn't have a phone connection. No, it went to his phone answer machine. Okay, well, anyway, we have a special guest that Alan booked, and I don't remember the lady's name and exactly what she does, but it would be on tomorrow night. And we're thinking about, we're starting this fundraiser concerning our request line. And let me bring that up so I can tell you exactly what that is, because we want to invite you to format our station. Oh, okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, here we go. And you can find this on our Innovation Records website. And I think my man Peter is going to put it on Innovation FM as well. So it's request, donate, and win. Have you ever formatted a positive radio station formatted by, or ran by the blind? my DJs, of course. Here's your chance to leave your request and donate to Intervision. And you'll win like either like a t-shirt or a shout out from the DJ. Now the donations are starting at 25. Whenever you donate 25 or above, that's when you'll win a t-shirt, or well, you can win a shout out if you donate either $5 or $10 or $15. But when it gets up into the $25, $50, $100 or more range, you'll win a t-shirt sent out to you. So you have to put down your size. And I think we have like the black t-shirts with the guy playing guitar with a blue guitar. Or maybe it might be a red guitar. You never know. We might change the color of the guitar. And you can also win tickets to one of your favorite artists on Intervision. So look through Intervision, check out some of the music, and say, hey, I'd like to see a concert by this artist of Intervision. So pretty cool. So pretty cool. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Let me go down. Give me. Okay, let me get back. Oh, where are you? I see screen controls. You know what? I think I'm going to stop screen share for now. So that pauses it. Okay. So we stopped sharing screen there, and that was the station playlist. Okay. No, I lost my document. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. It's like usually I have Alan talk doing this, but this is ridiculous. Let me see. Okay, there we go. I don't know how it got closed. Okay. So as we were saying, Biden connection to Chinese money is under scrutiny, and I'm thinking like I know like the media is doing a lot of heavy lifting for Biden and his regime, especially Harris. Did you hear that speech that she did? Okay, the Constitution says your pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness, right? And she left out life because being that the Democrats are always talking about like death and how they can kill stuff, meaning unborn and born babies, and they seem to be proud of that kind of stuff. She, the speechwriter deleted that, and of course they're accounting on people not knowing the Constitution, and most people don't know the Constitution. So so if a word is missing or something's missing and you don't really study it anyway, it just goes over your head. So now, if you saw the Kamala Harris speech, leave your comments down below, and we will definitely we will definitely answer those comments. Okay. Now, Rick Rubin. Have you ever heard of this guy named Rick Rubin? Now, I hadn't heard about him, but what Rick Rubin does, because I could pretty much do the same thing as far like I could hear a feel of a song and know that it's a number one song. And maybe I haven't used that that gift as much as I could have used it. And believe me, we get a lot of music, and a lot of music is junk that we receive at the station, and therefore we don't play a lot of the music. Sometimes I go out and I'll go out looking for music, and I can't believe sometimes the artists that they send us saying that, hey, could you play this artist in your station? They figure, well, it doesn't have to be good music, because these internet stations will play anything. And that's not necessarily true. We won't just play any old type of music, but I guess they believe that we will. But Rick Rubin feels that spending 2 minutes meditating before a session really centers him and really brings it into focus. But you know what? And I don't do it enough of it. Like if I'm going to do like an interview, or if I'm going to do a show like this, like praying before and getting centered into Christ. I mean, this guy is so down with his meditation, with his yoga type of sin kind of vibe, that before this 60-minute interview he did, he said, hey, let's close our eyes, take some deep breaths in, and get ready for this interview, right? And the interviewer said, hey, this is the first time I ever did something like this. Right. So he always liked to meditate before he collaborates. And I said, I can see that. So now what about you? When you get ready to go to work, or, you get in your car, or nowadays you get out of bed, run out of bed, with your, you don't have to put on your suit or anything, or maybe you just have to put on the upper part of your suit, like some of us do, and you get in front of the computer and you start doing those computer things, or meetings, or logging information. I have a friend, Terry. She's working so hard at transcribing that she has forgotten the days of the week, and she thought it was Sunday. I was telling her like she went to call the Randy Corcoran, and it was Sunday, or she thought it was Sunday, and the show comes on Saturday at 5:00 on KNUS Radio, 710 News Talk, KNUS Radio. Now, they're not paying me to say that, but, Randy Corcoran on Saturday, the best show around on weekends. Take my word for it. Check it out. Go listen to the podcast, Wake Up with Randy Corcoran, and you'll see what I mean. Well, anyway, so I think about that. Like, how important is that to get focused before you even produce a song, help an artist to produce a song, and and help the artist realize themselves. I remember one of the stories in this, one of these artists, she had like a musical block, and he said, go home and just start writing stories about how you feel about the song. And she said she started writing, and she says like the song just started coming. And then I understand that he had started this when he was in college, and with Run DMC, and he signed them to Death Row Records, LL Cool J. He got him and Adele as well, So this guy has worked with some pretty big name artists in the music business. And oh, by the way, if you're a musical artist and you would like to be on the show, me and Alan, we do this on a regular basis, and we would love to invite you on the show and have you showcase your music and your talents on Innovision FM, of course. Now we got quite a few viewers. Oh, and if this is your first time, subscribe, like, share the show. Also, we want you to tell a friend, and because the algorithms doesn't happen unless you guys make it happen. Last Thursday, and this is not in my script here. Last Thursday, I did an interview with Anthony. I think his name is Anthony Gordon. I believe his name was his last name. But anyway, he was with KCFR Radio, 90.1 on the FM dial here in Denver, Colorado. A station I used to work at when I was in my 20s, before I tried to hit the big times in California, and working with KCFR Radio. Back in the day, it was located over by DU. Now it's located in downtown Denver, which I said, where was I when all this stuff happened? So that's going to be in Black History, and I did a part of. I recorded it live, just so I can have my copy to see, because we spoke for like about 3 hours, and he's going to have to cut that down to either a 30-minute or less interview, and hopefully I gave him enough, and it was really weird. Some of it I got kind of emotional. We were talking about Camp Bloomfield, and I don't know what happened. Was Norm Kaplan. I thought I called him David Kaplan, but it's really Norm Kaplan. He had a thing where each year he would have this New Year's Eve party. And where, we would have our New Year's Eve party with the horns and all that kind of stuff, and food and stuff like that. And if you had a special girl, you could probably even kiss her underneath the mistletoe. But I thought that was so special because I was never really invited to any kind of parties when I was going to school and stuff like that. And they would, the kids would come back on the weekend after the party and say how much fun they had. And as now that I'm older, I'm thinking about maybe it was a good thing that I didn't go to the party, because I didn't smoke marijuana, I didn't use any drugs, I didn't drink, and hey, Lagaba, hey, unmute yourself. I want to talk to you about okay, I want to talk to you a little bit.
Okay, got it.
Hey, there you are. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. What part of the topic did you want to chime in on?
I don't know because I have a lot of things on top of my head.
Yeah, that music that music guy, Rick Rubin, who produced Run DMC, LL Cool J, Adele, and
I think LL Cool J. I do know LL Cool J. I've seen him in quite a few shows. Also, what you call a lot of his no, not videos. I mean movies. Sorry.
The movies. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
The movies. Yes. Because I've seen him in a lot of movies.
Yeah, I've watched a few of those movies, the Barbershop and the Vacation movie.
Yeah.
Well, this guy, I guess he was Rick Rubin was producing these artists in his college dorm room, and his parents wanted him to become a doctor, but he said, I'm not feeling being a doctor. I want to produce music. And the guy knows
Mm.
nothing about engineering. He just
Mm.
knows when he hears something that he likes, he says, let's work on that.
Yeah.
And I said, what a job. Because
Yeah.
you know, I mean, could you imagine it just, you know, people are paying you
Mhm.
for your feelings.
Yeah.
I said, only in America, man. I tell you, man.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
tell you.
I do understand the concept of like movies in America because I mean, even here in South Africa, we do have a lot of movies that like are star based, like especially when it comes to like musicians, like the likes. It's just the other movie, the other what you call like artists. I can't remember their names though, but the likes of Tembisi and the others, they act in quite a lot of drama series. Like there's this
Oh,
other
yeah?
series that we used to watch. It's called Gomorrah. Ne? Yeah, the likes of Gomorrah.
I said, Gomorrah.
She yeah, she acts in that one, and she used to do this other what you call this other dancing reality show. By the time it was called Jigama Jiga, and then they used to do that.
Is that
So
Irene? Is that Irene Cara, the girl, the lady who just died recently? Is that the one you're talking?
I'm not sure. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I mean that sounds like the movie Water Feeling, and then they I think it was called that. But yeah, they made it into like a TV series, and it was like different dancers and performers. Like it was their lifestyle and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So in your country, do you have like artists that they go from like, you know, being singers to actors? Do they make that transition?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not
Yeah,
too sure about that one.
yeah, because I'm
I'm
thinking
not.
like,
I'm not too sure.
because I'm thinking for longevity. I mean, you know, doing music
Yeah.
is great, but like a lot of like American actors, like Cher,
Yeah.
she made this movie Mask about this kid with this enlarged head and stuff like that, and then she's made other movies too, and so she went from like
Mhm.
singing to acting. Of course,
Okay.
LL Cool J, and then
Mhm.
Prince. They made like I think 3 movies
Mhm.
underneath the cherry moon. What was the other one? Well, I forgot the one that was the biggest hit. Purple Rain, I
Yeah.
think it was. Purple Rain. Yeah, I think that was that the new
Purple
movie?
Rain.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well,
Yeah.
it rings. I'd say it rings a bell when it comes to that because I think
Yeah.
it rings a bell when it comes to that because there's an album that I have. I don't know if you know a rapper called Future.
A Rap of
Um,
Future?
yeah, because I have that kind of album, so it rings a bell when it comes to that. But well, the movie itself, I'm not too familiar with it. I haven't seen it yet.
All right. So
Yeah.
what have you been up to? I know you've been studying hard and you got like some radio commercial stuff. I mean, internet stuff going on.
Yeah. Last year, yes, I've been studying. It's just that my radio show has been affected, and I had to switch over to what do you call, um, like it was affected in such a way that I was using another Windows software, then I
Hmm.
couldn't continue. Then I was using Linux, and then Linux just was not for me. Then I had to switch over to Windows 11. That's
Ah.
that's that's how I'm using Windows 11 because Windows 11 for me it's just smooth without the TPM chip anyway.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
they keep offering it to me, but I haven't upgraded yet. And then I have one computer that has Windows 7, very
Okay.
old school, and and I could upgrade it. I think they want like $160 or something like that. And I
My
just
goodness. Man,
yeah,
how much?
I could have got it for free. I could have upgraded for free, but I had this program called
Uh-huh.
Sonar that I used to edit. And
Uh-huh.
if I would have upgraded, that
Mm.
program would no longer be useful. But then I
Oh
went
my
over
goodness.
to SoundForge. I'm now using SoundForge, so I probably should have did it when it was free.
Mm.
But my friend says it's still a way I can get it installed. Just been lazy. And my wife
Okay.
my wife uses the other computer, and she complains that she can't use Office because Office doesn't support
Mm.
Windows 7 anymore.
I
So
see.
she says, go ahead but I just haven't got around to it for that old computer. I said, what if I just bought a whole new computer and
Oh
put
my
that one
goodness.
out to pasture?
Oh.
Because it was like I bought that one in 2011.
Mm.
So technology has moved along.
Yeah, it has moved. Yeah, because I don't know if you've heard that what you call Windows 8.1 they ended support for it. I think it was a few weeks back, I think on the 10th of this month. Because I've been watching some videos about it. Even yesterday I was watching not I think this morning I was watching some YouTube video. They were talking about it. Then they were like sort of kind of like installing it to see if it's still running or not, because without the support. So, well, for me, when I bought this laptop, like it had Windows 8.1 Pro, and it was still in support, but well, it was not the OS that I could use, in the long run. So I had to switch over to Windows 10. Then Windows 10 it was
Yeah.
good. Then it had some
Eh,
issues,
eh,
so with 8 point with Windows 8.1 though being out of support though, do you think that people, or let me say blind people, would use it though if it was no longer in support?
No, because sometimes if I use like her computer, like
Okay.
I mean it's I will use it
Mm-hmm.
if I want to get into that old program, but I find that program I need to transfer some of those recordings
Mm-hmm.
over to the new format.
Mm.
So it's just a matter of like sitting down, saying, okay, you can't use the computer for a while for like maybe 2 hours and just transferring
Mm.
that stuff and then
Mm-hmm.
upgrade. But I never thought about upgrading to the Windows 7 to 8.
Okay.
I guess, but you say like this that's no longer supported either by
Mm.
Office. Windows 8.
Uh, I think so as well, because sometimes like when I watch YouTube videos, they would say that it won't even support even the slightest of apps like your Microsoft Office 365 and the other apps that you normally use. That's one
Wow.
thing that I know for sure.
Yeah. I mean, they keep moving every year. They keep moving like now it's like JAWS 2023. It's like, why can't you just stay, like it was last year, but they keep trying to
Yeah.
improve it. And just I guess for my license
Mm.
for my Windows, for my JAWS, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm not using the Pro. I'm using like just student level. I think
Okay.
that's $110 a year, which is not
My
too bad.
goodness.
It's, for a year.
$110. That's like, my goodness. If you convert it to South African rands, it could be roughly 200 or 300 rand, somewhere there,
Wow.
or even more.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I was what you call when I was downloading the copy of Windows 11 when I
Mhm.
was using Linux last week on Tuesday, like the pro version was roughly run about what, like 203 rands, if I
Hmm.
remember correctly. And then the home version was like 195. No, 189 actually, sorry. 199
Wow.
rand. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
I
whole
mean,
package.
yeah. Because hey, Tim, okay. I was just listening to this the BBC this morning, and
Uh-huh.
they were talking about New Zealand, and the minimum wage in New Zealand is $21.
Mm-hmm.
What's the minimum wage where you are now? Or do
The minimum, yeah, the minimum. Okay, let me grab my headphones because I can't hear you clearly.
okay. And you listen to Innovision FM. Leave your comments in the comment line.
Yes, just
Subscribe and share. Okay,
Let me do this.
is that better? And and also give us like some topics that you would like to hear. info@innovisionfm.com. Okay, we're talking.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
About the question that you asked. Me,
Okay.
about
Minimum. Okay.
wage.
I was I was watching I was listening to the BBC last night, and they were talking about
Okay.
New Zealand, and
Uh-huh.
they mentioned that New Zealand's minimum wage is $21 an hour, and because of the inflation is so high.
Uh-huh.
And in order to take a bus, it costs $5 just to go one way. And they closed their country, so they need bus drivers, and they were paying the bus drivers $27. But a lot of people are saying that's not enough money. But if they opened up the borders and invited people from other countries, they might take that $27 an hour. But
Well,
like
here in South Africa,
yeah, what's the minimum wage there? Like kind of stuff there.
Well, I'm not sure per hour, but well, in total, it's if I remember correctly, I think it's 3,500.
Rubles?
No, rands.
Oh, rands. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So 3,000.
3,500 rands.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the minimum wage. But in some organizations, like I was with my friend here, like he works at this other organization here in our hood, in our neighborhood. So for like their wage, they get, I think, what you call, like, now they get like 90 rand per month. Imagine, and it doesn't reach the minimum wage. That's the one thing that I'm so skeptical about, because like, as people living with disabilities, sometimes we need more to do stuff. But now, I mean, how is that possible? Because even for myself, I mean, I remember I went to our social offices last week, and just to reapply for my social services grant. Then imagine going there, you have to go to the hospital for the doctor to sign all that stuff, and imagine, and it's kind of funny that every time when I go there, they make it temporary, and I know also in America it is the issue that side as well.
And they make a what's it called, a tempo?
Temporary.
Oh, temporary.
Like,
oh,
yeah.
just a temporary, and then so you have to come
temporary.
back.
Yeah, and my vision, it's not even like improving. It's just the same. It's just the same like each year. So like every time, like
now,
it's
are you
improving.
are you the type that you see mostly shadows, or do you see like shapes, but they have to be really close to you?
For me, it's like it's in a different way. Like I have to see stuff in a like closer.
Yeah,
and
like 20 over 200, something like that.
Yeah, stuff like that.
I used to have that.
In the dark, and also in the dark,
oh
I
man,
can't see even clearly. So,
oh man, yeah.
Yeah, because I have to navigate like using my room light or my phone's flashlight. Oh, sorry about that. That's what you call my notification.
So you don't use the cane at all?
No, I don't use.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
I knew a teacher in California. She used it like when she walked home, she just used a flashlight to light the street. So yeah, okay. That's
like for me, I use the flashlight in the house, but outside it's much lighter than when you're inside. Because like when you're inside, obviously the curtains makes the house much darker. Than for me, it's not. It's harder for me to see, because I would like bump into walls and everything like that.
Hey, I gotta know. okay, since like
Huh?
the country is like a more warmer climate, okay, is there like a lot of farmers like growing like fruits and vegetables out there, and is it very cheap to buy local, or do they want you to buy imported fruits and vegetables?
Um, you can buy cheaper ones, but the most recent case that I heard is that people, I think in the Western Cape, they like tourists,
Hmm.
they were like they wanted to buy cheap grapes, but only to find out that they snatched their cars, like hijacked their cars, and then they ran away with it. So
Wow.
now, and I remember in Cape Town, the police department, they say that like, look, in order to for you to buy stuff, you have to go to the shops because you can't buy stuff on the highways, because when you buy stuff on the highways, then there'll be problems. And then indeed there was problems because people, they couldn't just buy stuff like on the highways, because they couldn't just stand or just park their cars on the side of the road and then buy maybe, let's say, apples or pears or bananas or anything like that on the street, and only to find out that those people, they're not farmers, they're just scammers to hijack people's cars and to run away with them.
Is that to hijack people's cars?
Yeah, they do.
Wow.
They do that.
Like here in Colorado,
Mhm.
we're number one for carjacking, and that's only because they wait until they carjack a car the third time before they do anything about it.
Okay.
So people just they say, "Oh, I can do it the first time, the second time, and maybe they
Uh-huh.
may catch me, maybe they won't."
Mhm.
But what's the reason for people carjacking out there? I mean, why are they doing that out there? I mean, because is it because they know they can get away with it, or tell me about
Um,
that?
well, when it comes to that, I don't know, but
Yeah, because I'm thinking like they must think they could get away with it if they're doing it,
yeah,
you know.
okay. To answer you, Johnny, what I can say is some people, they might think that maybe it could be poverty or something like that. But for me, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure if it is poverty or what. But the one thing that I can say is people, they like these kinds of crimes. Obviously, it's committed every day. It's
Hmm.
committed every day because even where I am, where I live, you would hear helicopters hovering around every single day, trying to
Wow.
find who stole the cars. Because Mamelodi was a, I could say it was sort of like a hotspot, crime hotspot. Because I
Hmm.
remember 4 years back, there was this other guy who was terrorizing our community. Like he wanted money, going shop to shop. I mean, like going in and out of the shop. And he also shot this other old man in
Hmm.
Zamaya Road. He shot him on his leg because of
Hmm.
he didn't give him his money. Then back in 2019, that was like 4 years ago. The time when I was attending a learnership. There was this one day, this one morning, when I woke up. Then I found lot of police cars hovering around the streets. All
Hmm.
of a sudden, they were in the western side where I was heading to. So all of a sudden, they were looking for this guy. Like
Hmm.
they were looking for this guy, and then our minister of police then arranged an event. And well, when they arranged the event, I think 2 weeks after, then I heard that that guy was arrested. I was like, okay,
Oh, so
yes,
they finally caught him. But
yeah, they finally
but
caught
but
him.
but how many stores did he harass before they caught him? Like was it like 4 or 5?
I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure because when the news broke out, because first of all, my other friend, my old school friend, told me about it. I was like, okay, what's going on? Because he said to me like, okay, cool. Like when he told me about in my language, like I was like, no, Joe, sample, like don't even mention it. I was like,
Wow.
okay, cool. He was not. He said I mustn't mention it. So I was like, okay, cool. Why? say like, okay, if you mention it, he might kill me. What the hell? I was like, I was not even, I didn't even understand like what was going on.
Hmm.
Then only to find out that the guy was harassing people, not
Hmm.
only stores, but also harassing people like in general, like in the community, was like harassing taxi
And,
drivers.
yeah, and you never know. Was he really hungry, or was he just got a mindset
Nah,
where he was dysfunctional, just
uh,
a mental problem.
I don't know, but the one thing that I got the piece of the puzzle was that he had bodyguards, he had
Oh wow,
cars, he had I think he when my friend told me, he said he had two houses here
wow,
where I live. Because the other one was here in what you call where I live, the eastern side, and the other one was in the western side.
Hmm.
So
So
when the police so
he
when the police
was?
got that, then
Uh,
they froze everything, his
oh, they froze all
assets.
of the acts. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the assets. So that's where he got arrested.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Here in Colorado, we found out that there's like 70 people,
Hmm.
and the police, they know who these guys are,
For
but
sure.
because of this George Soros
Hmm.
getting in these district attorneys that are
Hmm.
weak on crime,
Sure.
we have this thing where you don't have to post any bail because they say bail is discriminates
Discriminatory.
against
Yeah.
poor people and whatever. But
Uh,
if it's like, if you do something, they they
mm,
they, they book you, and then
for
you're
sure.
back out again. You just go back out and you just do it again. And it's like, and it seemed like
uh,
these guys, especially in blue states, they just want to
sure.
ruin uh,
Uh,
our state, because when I
sure.
grew up, it wasn't like this. And then then
Uh,
after we had so many Democratic
oh.
elected officials, it
Mm,
got
mm, mm,
worse
mm,
and worse and worse and
mm,
worse.
mm.
And then we open up the marijuana thing, saying, oh,
Uh,
and to me, I think they should have made marijuana legal
mm.
and
Medicinal
just,
for medicinal purposes.
yeah. But now, we still got people that are in jail that use marijuana,
Mm.
and they're not violent. They just got
Uh,
caught with a $10 bag of marijuana, and they got
Imagine,
like 10 or 20 years for
man.
a non-violent crime, right?
Wow.
And
This well, this thing it takes me back to this story that I remember. A friend of mine told actually a friend from my cousin's friend told me about this story, and I remember. I remember a friend of my cousin told me like, look, like Young Thug was caught with marijuana and guns in his premises, in his yard, his house, and his car. I was like, what the hell? No, I was like, no,
hmm,
this is unfamiliar with these American rappers, because I just thought that look like they make good music, but now they carry stuff that are not even they're not even into them. It was something
hmm,
that I was not even aware of
hmm,
until I got to hear about it, because like I didn't even read about it, because usually I'm on the internet quite a lot using my phone and my laptop. But usually when somebody tells me about this, I was like, no, this thing is just something, it's just random. But only to hear that his other friend, Ghana, was out, and he pointed out that Young Thug was him that who got in possession of these illegal stuff. Then
hmm.
he was arrested, you know. So that's one thing that I was shocked about.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. Young Thug. I've heard of him.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey,
Mhm.
it's kind of weird. It's like, so
Yeah, it is.
the carjacking. I mean, that's
Mm.
and they carjack, very high price cars to the low price cars, and that can affect like a person who is
Uh,
poor. they need that
Sure.
car to get back and forth to work. And if the car
Yeah.
gets stolen,
Yeah.
that really, messes up the whole,
Mm.
you know,
The whole situation.
situation. Yeah. And that
Yeah.
happens here in Colorado where,
Mm.
it's a misdemeanor, whether it's a
Mm.
high price car or low price car, but it
Mm.
really affects the poor more than it would like a person that, rich
It's
enough to
rich.
have, to have
Yeah.
more than one car or two or
Oh
three
yeah.
cars,
Yeah.
So we're hoping that we're gonna turn this thing around. It's a matter of like voting these bad boys out and voting some good
Yeah.
people in. And
Mm.
yeah, well, I wish you guys were down there. It's like curbing and deleting these banditos who are faking. Because I'm that kind of person.
Yeah.
We're driving. We'll see. Hey, we want to help these people out. Like buy some fruit on the road, and then here, they say, "Hey, get out of your car." Say what?
Mm.
It's like, gee, man.
Yeah, and it does, and it happens quite a lot because I remember I used to. It's just that our DSTV because like the channels are closed out now because since we haven't paid. But I remember I used to watch the news quite a lot because I remember they used to show this insert where they what you call they like steal cars, especially these pickup trucks like your Hiluxes, your Mitsubishis, your Isuzu, and all these pickup trucks. They would like steal them and then they would import them to Mozambique, but illegally. Imagine and taking your prized possessions like your these expensive cars like your Ferraris, your Mercedes Benz, your Fords, your you name it. They would take these cars and then they would like import them uh to Mozambique, our neighboring country. They would
Mm.
take them like illegally and then, like they would just cross the border, which is our Bay Bridge border, but the backside of it. They would go to the
Mm.
backside and then they would just go there and then they would just enter into what do you call this? Into this to KZN. Then
Mm.
they would go into the neighboring village and then they would just go through from that village to Mozambique, and then they would just give it to the buyer, which is a illegal
Oh,
buyer, and then
wow.
they would just only get those cars and then fit, and also after that then they would just if I could put it this way, like they would just like get money, quick money, imagine, out of those
Wow.
cars.
Wow. That's unfortunate. It's unfortunate there's not enough legal things to do, or maybe there is, and
Yeah.
these guys is just that's what it's more of a thrill, excitement to
Yeah.
them to do this kind of stuff, and
uh.
not realizing how they're hurting people.
Yeah,
So
and yeah, we do have a border control, which was launched by our Home Affairs Minister, which is Aaron Motsoaledi. It was launched by him, if I can remember, I think last year or before last year,
mhm.
and they recruited like our defense force and the police as well to go and check the. But people sometimes they will just also, if I
Mm.
remember, they will just also cross the Limpopo River just to come this side to
Mm.
Pretoria
Hey,
and illegally.
that's why. Hey, we only have
Yeah.
like 4 minutes, but man, I'd like to have you come back on and in the future, like, and talk about the Chinese building the airports
Okay.
and how is that situation, because I heard that they built the airport but they're not using African labor, they're using Chinese labor.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I haven't heard about that, but I will check on that
Yeah,
later.
I was seeing some stuff about that, because it's like I hear
Okay.
a lot of stuff on BBC and stuff like that, and
Uh-huh.
it's kind of crazy. But anyway, hey man,
Yeah,
I
that's
thank you for
crazy.
coming on and you know
Yeah.
informing us about what's happening. We're number one with carjacking, and I guess
Yeah.
in your city you're number one as well with that. It's like
Yeah, it is. But well, the whole of South Africa it is it is the hijacking spot, of course, though. But mainly it is Pretoria and Johannesburg, which
Wow.
is the hijacking places.
Yeah. Hey, let everybody know, subscribe, share, leave your comments in the comment line. And hey, we'll see you tomorrow. We have a guest tomorrow, but Alan knows the name of the guest and who it is, and I'll find out later on, and I'll send out the invitation for that guest. So hey, just thank everybody for being here, and God bless.